the President of the United States changing his tune on tariffs. Where do you think the end game is, given that the tariff talk is taking up so much of the discussion here?
Look, what the administration wants to do, in my opinion, is not wrong. We are the freest trading country in the world and have been since the end of World War II. It is not clear to me that we have to be, or that we should allow allies and strategic competitors to inhibit our access to their markets. We can take issue with how it's being done and the uncertainty it's creating, but the President and the administration start with a really strong hand. So now is actually a good time, but we have uncertainty. And in the face of uncertainty, people do not make new investments, they do not hire, they do not make moves. We likely will cause 2 quarters of negative growth if we, in fact, don't resolve the uncertainty. So until we have resolution of what the rules of the game are, it's going to be slow. And now the President is channeling capital from around the world to come back here.
Now, you mentioned that you agree with what he's doing, but maybe not how in all the ways. To the extent that you think that this should be done differently, to the extent that you don't like the method of the change, what needs to change?
Look, this is now the toughest job in the world is now Scott Bessent. As I said, we want this administration to succeed. Every American should want this administration to succeed. So how I would do it is not really relevant. I will point out the following. U.S. and Mexico together should be the driving economic force in the world for the next 50 years. We have not been able to get there, despite 2 or 3 rounds of massive free trade agreements. The issues that separate us from Mexico are not existential to Mexico. As one leading Mexican industrialist said to me, if it takes tariffs to make Mexico great again, so be it.
But in the meantime, you had mentioned it as well, that people are on hold. Businesses are on hold. A lot of businesses are at risk of layoffs if this continues. How long can this uncertainty continue without causing much greater damage?
Look, we're going to have uncertainty. We have uncertainty already. Until we see critical mass of trading partners agree to ongoing new economic relationships, we're going to have uncertainty.
But that could take years, couldn't it?
That could take years. I don't think the administration will allow it to take years. Clearly, what they are trying to do is to create positive momentum by getting country after country to agree to new terms of trade.